Today, I'd like to talk to you about the differences between playing live and making a recording, and then give you some tips for making your recording. Kia ora, my name is Ben Hoadley, and I teach at the University of Auckland, the University of Waikato, and the Sydney Conservatorium of Music. But for the past few months, like everyone, I haven't been able to travel to these different schools. So we've had to adapt, and I'm becoming used to working with my students by video, which is what I'll be doing with some of you soon when you have your coaching sessions for the upcoming chamber music competition. It's common to think that recording is much easier because we can just do it again if there's a mistake. But this is not true. As you'll know with your practicing, there's a limit to how many times you can play something before you run out of steam. And even if the same mistake doesn't happen on the next take, something else may not go quite so right. So my most important piece of advice to you is treat your recording like a live performance. And when you know exactly what day you're making it, aim to be as prepared as possible as you would be for a live performance. And this includes things like not staying up too late the night before, warming up properly, tuning, having a good read, all those sorts of things. When I make recordings, I find that I've got about 3 chances for good takes in the sessions before I start to lose focus. So make sure you aim to get it right the first time, as there may not be a second chance, just like with a live performance. From the adjudicator's perspective, we want your recordings to feel as much as possible like being in a concert. So if you're a little bit nervous, and I hate that term, I prefer performance excitement. There's no problem with that because that feeling always gives the performance sparkle and a bit of energy. And if there's a slip up or some incident, as long as it's not too huge, keep going and don't worry, because these things usually occur in a concert and are usually never as bad to the audience as they feel from the stage. If you know your parts really well and adhere to what is on the page, that will absolutely shine through even if something doesn't go quite as well as it did in the rehearsal. What we mostly want to hear is joyful music making with all the players fully involved. Audiences love seeing eye contact between players, with heads not buried in the music, and be aware of everything going on in the other parts, and know your place in the ensemble, whether you're in a solo or supporting role in a particular passage. If it helps, maybe ask some friends to sit in on your session so that it feels like you're giving a concert. Consult all members of your group first to see what everyone is comfortable with. Some of you will prefer the recording medium with no audience, but others will do much better playing for an audience. And I definitely am one of those people myself. I really thrive off the audience's reaction in my performances. So if you think it will give your performance more of a buzz, get your support system along to watch the session. In chamber music, your main focus should always be on the other members of your group. Chamber music literally means room music or house music, playing in intimate venues just for the pure enjoyment of making music together. And by its nature, it was never really intended for an audience at all. Imagine that in centuries past, playing through string quartets or piano trios with your friends was like binge watching your favorite Netflix series. And it's exactly the same now. I missed playing chamber music more than anything during the lockdown. And the first thing I did when we went on to level 2 was go around to my friend's house to play trios. In many ways, what you'll be doing in this year's contest, playing in the familiarity of your school with friends and family as your audience, is closest to the original essence of chamber music. So see it as an amazing opportunity. One final thing that I probably say the most in my tutorials is dynamics. We want to hear as much range as possible in your playing and a wide palette of colors. And this is particularly important for the wind instruments, which sometimes need to work a little bit harder in this area to achieve that. Get those dynamics through. And I'm so much looking forward to hearing your beautiful performances. Have a wonderful time preparing your repertoire, and all the best.